Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I am going to show you how you can find some common errors in Django. Also, I will show you how you can debug your Django applications and finding some errors. Also, here I am using my previous created project of student management system. So now let's get started. First, opening my project in PyCharm, and you can see here it's open. So let's run your project. Click on run. Now open the URL. Let's close this. Now logging with admin details. Sign in. Now let's see first common errors. So let's see what is this. So come here, then open this app and this project. Now open urls.py and suppose that I am adding a URL. So let's add a URL. Path test URL views dot test URL. Let's copy this and come to your views.py and creating a function. Define test URL request, then return HTTP response. Okay, save it. Now let's open this URL. So copy it and paste in your browser. And you can see it show error because I added a slash after the URL. If I delete it and again open, it works. So this is the common mistake when you are making pages or adding route in urls.py. Many users face this issue like URL not found, page not found, and you can see this is a common mistake. So you must check your URL like this, test URL. It must match with this URL. Let's move to next step. So close it. Now second error is CSRF token is missing. So let's see what is this. So open template, open login page, and you can see it contains CSRF token. But let's delete this and open login page. So let's see what happened. So if I click on this captcha and click on sign in, and you can see CSRF token is missing. So when you are working with form and method is post, then you must need to pass your CSRF token. So you must need to add CSRF token. Save it. Now again click on back, refresh page, click on captcha, sign in, and you can see it work. So this is the second common error when you are working with form. You must need to pass CSRF token in your form. Now let's open HOD template, then open add course template. And now here you already know when you are working with form, you can access this form data of any input by its name. You can access the value by its name key. But now let's change it to 1 and save it. Now again back to browser and click on add course. Now let's try to save our course. So like BSc, and you can see failed to add course. So how we can find this error, failed to add course? So this error comes in except block. So what we actually do now, just do one thing, come to first add course save, then find add course save, and here you can see this is the condition. So our code execute here, means something went wrong, then this error comes. So how we can find this error? Let's see. So how we can print the error? So there are two ways. First, remove this try block and except block. Or second condition is, let's see, exception as E, then print E, save it. Now come to Chrome, refresh page, and again try BSc and save, and again failed to add course. But now let's back to PyCharm and open this run, and you can see error not null constant failed, means our data is empty. So how we can check our data is empty or it contains any data? So let's see. So let's see how you can check the value of course using debugger. So click here and click here and also click here. Let's click on this debugger icon, stop and rerun. Now our project is running on debug mode. So let's see how you can find these values of course, what actually come from course. So come in Chrome, refresh page, and again adding course BSc, click on add course, and now you can see page is still loading because our code execution has been paused due to debugger. So let's come to PyCharm, and you can see our code has been paused for some second until we didn't pass to next step. So let's see what actually happened here. If you see this course, it's showing none type. So we didn't get any value from our form. So that is the error, finding or checking value, it contain value or not. You can see it's showing none type. Again click on this tool to go to next step. Click on this and you can see it come here and it show course object none. Click on this and it comes here and it show message error, and you can see message error null constant failed course name. So let's see one more time, close it, and this time stop the debugger, and now instead of passing this, change this to course again, save it, again back to this page, save it, again click on debugger. Now let's see what actually happened when we are passing this course key. So let's see. Also sometimes it's a multi-dictionary key error, but this time it's not showing. I didn't know why, but sometimes it's so multi-dictionary key error when you didn't pass key name and you didn't access this key name. For now, let's check again what happened when we are passing value of course. So click on this, so click on back. Now refresh this page, giving BSc. Again back to PyCharm, and you can see code has been paused, and this time we are getting value of course which is BSc. Now this time we are getting value of course. You can see by simply take your mouse over variable name, and if I click on this, you can see string type and value is BSc. Again click on next step, and you can see this time it's so course object. Again click on next, and this time it's save. So it didn't go here in except block. It simply execute our success code. If I go back to Chrome, and you can see successfully added course. So in this way you can use debugger to see what actually values coming from form and verify every value when you see any type of error. For now, remove this breakpoint. Also this is known as breakpoint. Remove this, save it again. And let's see example of here. So let's see what happened if I pass instead of course object directly passing the course ID. So let's see, here passing course ID, which is value, not object. So let's see what happened if I pass this directly value instead of object. So back to browser again, click on add subject, then giving subject name like PHP, click on add subject, and you can see failed to add subject. So let's see what is this error. Now previously I show you how you can print error, but now instead of printing error, let's remove this try block. First try, then accept, and also this, and also this, and change this position to. Now let's see what actually happened. So back to Chrome, refresh page, again try PHP, click on add subject, and you can see cannot assign one subject course ID, must be a course instant. So this error come when you are working with relational data and you are directly setting the ID instead of setting the object. So this error comes only when you are setting value instead of object. So this error comes when you are setting value instead of object when working with relational data. If you see my code here, and you can see subject contain a course ID which is relation to course model. So you can't directly set the course ID value. You must need to set the course object. So here you can see it contain course object. Now set the course object here and save it. Again back, click on refresh. Now try again PHP, click on add subject, and this time it works. So this is a common error which also faced by many users. Now let's move to next point, which is receiver. So open models.py, open this file, and here comes receiver. So here comes our next issue which is faced by many users, like student details not saving, staff details not saving. So this is a common error. First you need to check this method. First it create user profile and save user profile. So what actually happened when we are creating a custom user object, it gives us two events. First is create user profile, and second is save user profile. So what actually this code works, first we will check our custom user has been created. Then after it's created, we check this user type, whether it's 1 which is for admin, 2 for staff, and 3 for student. After that I create a new object of student, admin, and staff object. Also after creating object, I call the method save when user saves the data. So first code is used for checking our custom user has been created or not. After it's created, I will create a profile in student, admin, or staff table. So these two code work with that code. Also notice one more thing when working with here, all the letters must be in small letter. Means if you change this to staff, which is our model name, then it will not work. Let's see, I change here it to staff. Now save it. Again back here, click on add staff, and let's add a staff, test1@gmail.com, test1, 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 test1 address. Click on add staff, and it so failed to add staff. So let's see the error. First open PyCharm, then come here and find a method add staff, and here it is. So first remove try, then accept. Now let's this position. Now let's change it position, save it, back to Chrome, refresh page and try again. test1@gmail.com. Okay, change this to test2, 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 then test2 @address. Click on add staff, and you can see custom user has no object staff, so you must need to change it to small case. Here it is, change this to small case, save it. Also this error comes with student when you change it to student, so change it to small case students and small case staff and small case admin HOD. I know this is same as our model name. You can see admin HOD, staffs and student, but it must be in small case. Now save this, again back to Chrome, click on back, refresh page, then test3@gmail.com, test3, 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 test3@gmail.com, test3, click on add staff, and you can see it works. So this is also common error which is faced by many users when working with student management system in Django project. So you can see this error when it comes. Now again back to PyCharm, and so now let's see next error. Let's remove this render method and save it. Now refresh page, and you can see, so this error come when you didn't import your package but you are calling the method of that package. So this error comes. So let's see, again undo the code and save it, back to Chrome, refresh page, and it works. Now let's see next error which is in forms.py. So open forms.py file, and here remove this try and accept block. Save it. Now delete our database. So click on this and delete it. Now you can see I cannot delete this database. So do one thing, close this server first, then click on delete. Click on delete anyway, and it's deleted. So it's not going to delete because our server is running. Now it's deleted. Now let's try to run migration command. So python manage.py make migrations, and you can see here is the error. No such table student name course has defined, and you can see this error. So first let's open this. Now you can see there are lots of error and lots of line number. So how we actually find error? So here you can see all errors coming from Python package, but this is coming due to our code. So let's see our code where it's generated. So scroll down, and you can see first it's come from forms.py line number 13 and line number 23. So this is our code, and just ignore all this code because we are not going to modify anything on Python package. We need to check our code, and you can see last file where our error generate. You can see in forms.py at line number 23. Click on this and it will show the error. So the error is coming from here. So what we need to do here, because our table not created and we are running the migration command and this code automatic running. So what actually happened here, we didn't create a course table, but we are accessing the course data here. That's why this error generated. To resolve this error, you need to sound your code of database access data in try except block. So adding try and except. So in this way, if there is no database of course, then this error comes in except block and our code runs smoothly without any error. Now save it. So adding course now, BCA, MCA, add this course. Now come to add student, and here you can see there is no course is showing. So let's see how you can fix this error, because this data is coming from forms.py. So what actually we need to do, just come to PyCharm and restart your server. Now back to Chrome, and you can see course is showing. So what actually happened here, when we are adding data in first time in course table, we need to restart the server so that data will be shown here. Now let's see next error, which is deferred attribute error. So come here and print courses dot name, course name, save it, open, run. Now let's see what happened. Click refresh, BCA1, save, and it's saved. But if you see here is one error, deferred attribute object. So let's see one more thing. Remove this try and accept. Save it. Also change this position. Save it. Change this to BCA and it's saved. But if you come here, you can see deferred attribute object. So this comes when you directly accessing the field name from class instead of calling it from object. Here if you see, course is object and course is class. So you can't access this value directly from class name. You need to change it to object name. If you didn't change this, you will see error, this deferred attribute object. So this error comes when you directly accessing the class name fields. Now come to Chrome, refresh page and save it again. It works. Now if you see this, it's so BCA1 instead of deferred attribute object. So in this way you can access value from object, not from direct class. Now next error is non-HTTP response error. So let's see when this error comes. So let's see here, if I comment this, means I didn't return any message to browser or user after this function of edit course save. So let's see what happened. Refresh page and change this to 1 and save, and you can see it say didn't return any HTTP response object. So this error comes when you didn't return anything from function when using it as a view. If you see here, I didn't return any message. So that's why this error comes. So again, undo it, save it, back to Chrome, refresh page, again. So it's saved. So this error comes when you didn't return any message to user from views. Now let's see next error. So come again, PyCharm. Then here is my base template. So if you see here, I am using static, and here I am using static, and it's get imported here. But if I delete this, delete it, save it, again back to Chrome, and you can see invalid block 10. Did you mean to register static? So this error comes when you miss importing static in your template page. And you can see here I am using static, but I didn't import it. So let's undo this code and save it. So this error comes when you didn't import static. Refresh page. Now it's okay. Now let's see next error, which is no reverse. So back to HOD view, and here if you see edit course, so here edit course is URL name, not URL. If I copy it and find it here, you can see here is edit course and its name. If I change this to 1, let's see what happened. Save it, and again Chrome, refresh page, change this to 1, save, and you can see no reverse match for edit course is not valid because I changed this to edit course 1. So we are accessing the URL in reverse by using the URL name. If you see here, I change it to course 1, but let's undo it and save it. And also if you check here, it's finding from path name instead of path URL. So remember this important thing. It's searching from URL name, not by URL. Now you can see my project has been created. Close it and let's run command. Python manage.py start app temp app. Here is one error. Let's see. OS is not defined. So import OS, save it. Now again running command, and you can see app has been created. Let's create a model. So class posts models dot model, then adding field id equal to models dot auto field primary key true, then adding name equal to models dot char field max length 255. Save it. Now let's run migration command. So Python manage.py make migrations. Let's run migrate command. Now let's run migrate command. Migrate. And you can see all table has been created. But if you click on this project, let's open database. And if you see this, there is not table for this post. So what is this issue? Because I didn't register my app in our settings.py. So after creating app in Django, you must need to register your app in settings.py then how it will work. So let's see. Come here, settings.py, and here is install app. Now adding temp app, save it, again run migration command, so make migration, and you can see this time it create post. So when you add app in your settings.py, then it will work, otherwise it will not work. Then migrate command, and you can see refresh page, and you can see post table has been created. So this is also common error when we are working with Django project and we are facing this issue like table not created, table not changed, because we miss our app in settings.py. Now let's see final topic of this tutorial, which is debugger. How you can use debugger and find the value and check the values. Also how you can check each code line by line using debugger. So let's get started. First open app, then open HODviews.py, and click on this debug icon. You can see it's debugger, and you can see it's showing debug manage. Click on this. Now it's running on debugger. Now open the URL and opening. So logging. Now come to add student, and again come to PyCharm. Let's find add student. So here is add student. Let's see how you can use debugger. So first you need to see what value is coming from your form. So you can add debugger here, then our code will be paused here. So this is also known as breakpoint. Again you can add here. Now let's try to add student. So come to Chrome. Let's try again. student1@gmail.com. student one, student one, student one, student one, student one, BCA or MCA, mail. Select this error, select error, select session here, click on file, choose it, add student, and you can see our page has been paused. So let's see what actually happened here. Come to PyCharm, and you can see here it is paused. You can see it's paused here, and everything before this code we can access this value here. First is address, course ID, email, first name, form, last name, and also if you hover any variable, you can see its value. Let's see, it's showing value. So you can use debugger to find your values and check what value is coming. This is also useful when we are working with form and same data is saving instead of different data. So you can use debugger to find your error. You can see it's clear, so what value is coming from your form. Also after this line pause, you need to move to this line, then to click on this, return to cursor, click on this, and it goes to next step. And you can see it's also saying sex value. After that again if you click here and click on next, it is stop here, and you can see it's showing profile image. Also you can add breakpoint when our code is running. You can see if I add here breakpoint again, and it will stop here. So in this way you can use debugger to check code line by line and find error where something gone wrong in your code. You can see everything is working. Also, if I add here, it comes here. Then again I add here. Then again I add here, and you can see it comes here. If I click on this, it goes here. Again, let's add more debugger. You can see every line is executing, and we can see this value. Before it did not show any value, but after passing this line, you can see it's showing value. Again add here, you can see it come here. Again if I click here, and it come here. After you can see page is still reloading, but after I remove this, and let's see, you can see our process done, and you can see student add successfully. So in this way you can use debugger to pause your script or code to check your errors, check your variables, or check anything which you like for finding any errors. So I hope you like the video. Thanks for watching. Please like our video and subscribe.